All right. Hello. Today I've got the gorgeous Tasha who's been working with me for the last couple of months I'd say we're probably at about 4 months or so.
Oh
Yeah. So tell me, why did you choose to join the program?
it was actually for you. Your mind and the beautiful work that you've done gave me the confidence knowing that you'd been through that journey with your daughter. It really gave me the confidence to go, no, this is the right path for us. And I was needing that next step in food. So I can't remember where I stumbled across you. I don't remember, but we were already on a journey with our naturopath and seeing all of that. I knew that the food was something that we really needed to focus in on. And so when you were presented, I was like, yeah, absolutely. This is exactly where we need to be because you understand. And I think that is absolutely important. Knowing your history and what you went through with Millie is just, yeah, it makes me feel like I'm in a safe place. So,
And you
yeah,
are,
yeah, yeah,
for sure. So
yeah.
your child's diagnosis, you don't have to say their name or anything, but what joints were affected, age?
Adrian was 8 at the time when he was
Mhm.
diagnosed. It was his knees, diagnosed with juvenile arthritis in his ankle and his little toe, just one toe. Um, he fell off the monkey bars and broke his arm, which led us into him having way too much inflammation in his body, and obviously just overtook. Me myself having rheumatoid arthritis, it's in the family. So he was 8 at the time, so it's been what, a year and a bit, year and a half since his diagnosis, and I just knew we had to do something different.
Mm. You're amazing. You've done it for the whole family, haven't
Yeah,
you?
we have.
Yeah. So how have you found it? How is he now?
He's amazing. I I can't even, it's not even a cry moment to be like, oh, this is just, what's happening is brilliant. But he lost so much weight with his accident and with the stress and everything. He was skin and bones to one point, like a frail old man getting in and out of the bath. It was really hard to look at. And in the last 2 weeks, he's put on weight. He's got no complaints of sore knees in the morning. He's out running laps on the school oval. He's going to soccer every week. He's more energetic. He's been the one thing that really highlighted it for me was he was piggybacking his brother around the house all day on Saturday. And I was going, oh, you've got to really be careful because you're going to hurt your knees. And the next day I heard of no complaints whatsoever, none. And I thought, wow, wow, this is the moment of him on the best path. He's doing the best he can ever be.
So
It's great.
good.
Yeah, it's great.
And you did the gut test?
We did the gut test and
What's your
the
thoughts? Good investment?
absolutely. Absolutely. I don't know how to read it. That's why you're here.
Yes.
I look back over it and I go, I still don't know what that is. I know we're meant to be looking at that, but I don't know what that is. But just knowing those key points and then having your assistants to say, well, that feeds off starch and that one feeds off this. And this is what we're going to do to stop that. Having that in depth knowledge and then targeting those is brilliant. Just brilliant.
It's
But I
amazing. And you got a plan,
We
which
do
is
have a plan, and it's an
just for
in-depth
him.
plan. But ever since his diagnosis, I've always wanted to get the poo samples done, like the gut test done, always, but never came across anyone who wanted to do it with me,
Oh,
which was
gosh.
really interesting. But then they focused on other areas. So I think it was all great that, focusing in other areas, but yeah, it just needed to progress. And I knew that that gut test was one of the bigger ones.
Amazing. And how's your RA? Have you noticed a change?
I have actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
So
have.
good.
Yeah, just as a whole family, just noticing that little shift in my youngest is sleeping better. So realizing that we're all on that same path together.
Powerful stuff, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Food really can be medicine.
It is. And then realizing where you can hide them. So when I make them an orange juice in the morning, I'll just chuck a few leaves of kale in there and they've got no idea.
You're doing the detective. I love
Yeah.
it. So
Yeah,
what would you say to a parent who's like, oh, I don't know if I can do it. It's a lot of work, it's a lot of money, it's a lot of time.
it is. It is at the beginning. Um, I think trusting the process, and if I don't know, jumping in wholeheartedly, and even if you are a little bit scared, tackle one thing at a time. Don't try and do it all in one go, because that's where you can get really anxious and overwhelmed. But if you focus in on one area at a time and just slowly go through it, you'll be fine.
It's amazing. Have you found the materials of the program help you with that,
Yeah,
taking that staged approach?
they do, because you can go back over them, and with the snack recipes, I've downloaded them, saved them on my phone, sent them to my husband, so we've got the resources there for when we need them.
It's so good.
Yeah,
Amazing. I'm
yeah.
so happy for you. It's an absolute honor, and I feel
Oh,
very incredibly grateful
oh,
to be in
thank you
this
so much.
position.
Like, yeah, we needed you.
When I get your messages around, he's piggybacking his brother, and oh, it
Oh,
just fills my heart up
yeah,
so much.
absolutely. Absolutely. And we had parent teacher interview on Monday night. And the teacher said to me, now I just want to let you know we've got cross country coming up on Tuesday. And I'm going to make sure that we've got provisions in there for Adrian. And I said, no, no, chuck him in. Chuck him in. If you had asked me maybe 2, 3 months ago, I would have been a little bit more apprehensive and said, yeah, okay, it's up to him. But seeing how he's done over the last 2 weeks, I'm like, nah, chuck him in. Let him do it. Let him
Mm,
have fun, because you can see he's got that drive back again.
And I think that's so important, isn't it? Like
You can't
they
put
will
money.
tell us if it's
Yeah,
too much.
yeah. And you can't put money on that.
Yeah,
Seeing where we were a year and a half ago, and when I say he was a frail old man,
yeah,
was skin and bones, and that broke my heart. So
yeah.
now I'm fulfilled. It's
Now
that.
we've seen his gut. I reckon we
Yeah.
know why.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
And food plays a huge role in your life. You eat it every single day. And if you're a child, you eat every 2 hours. It's huge. So,
It's very, very hard, isn't it? Sharing with a parent who, like, I remember that overwhelm where I was suffocated. I'd cry at the drop of the hat. Like, it was the worst year of my life. Like, the level of stress, I wasn't sleeping. It was horrible. And I actually felt like I had no one. And I had a few people around, but I really didn't have anyone. And that's why I've created this program and this community, um, which took me a year to build. You've seen the guide. It took me a
yeah,
long time to write
yeah,
that,
absolutely.
and to work through exactly what foods, um, based in science, are in and out for the period. And I find it really hard because I remember, and you remember, don't you, that feeling, that
Yeah,
grief, that sadness, that
yeah,
pain, um, to now elation and joy and gratitude, and
absolutely.
it's incredible. It's
Yeah,
incredible the shift.
yeah, it
And
is.
for some kids, they're going to have a long time between flares. They may go years. They may go a lifetime.
Yeah,
Others, it may be a couple of weeks or a couple of months, but when they have a flare, what the goal is for it to be quick. So
yeah,
they go, okay, I had an acute situation, but it dies down. And like you said, genetics play a big part.
yeah, they do. They
But if
do.
we can work on where we know the majority of the immune system sits, which is in the gut, we
Yeah,
could give them the best hope.
yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Do you
Okay.
remember the pain and the
Oh,
overwhelm
absolutely.
and
When it was we had the color run from school, and so that to do like a few laps and run around, and they let Adrian run off in the first group, and seeing him run across that field, I broke down in tears. it
oh,
was it was heartbreaking, absolutely. But yesterday at soccer, oh, amazing, amazing. I'm watching him the whole time, just going, wow,
yeah,
wow.
yeah, I remember the feeling.
Mm,
So
yeah,
good. Well, well done.
thank you.
You've done a great job. You've done the work. You will continue to do the work for a
Yeah,
while longer.
yes.
And
Absolutely.
yeah, like I said, I feel very honored and privileged to have supported you and your family. But yeah, you have done it. You're an
We're very thankful for
incredible person.
you. Very thankful.
And thanks for sharing your story.
Thanks.
I hope for other parents in the same position where they're thinking, look, I don't know if it's going to be helpful or not, or can I do it? I think what you said around jump in,
Yeah.
start small. I
Yeah.
don't judge. I don't pass comment. I know we're all different and we've all got different homes and lifestyles. And what I try to do is just come in and meet you where
Mm.
you're at.
You've been
And
very good with that.
yeah,
Even on
we've
the
had Christmas, we've had birthdays, and we've had certain things,
even
and
on
we
the
use
most
it as an experiment, don't we?
we do. We do. It's been great. No, you're wonderful. You have been very supportive. Even in those moments where you go, "Have you done this?" And I go, "No."
That was funny. You're like, I've done nothing since we last met, except this. And
Yeah.
often it's the things that we think are not important that we're putting into place are really important.
Yeah.
And that's what I found with you that day where you said, oh, I was going to cancel because I hadn't done anything. But you hadn't done anything in this space, but this
No,
space
that's
you
right.
had.
Yes. Yes.
So
That's where you've got to focus on the things that you can do for that time and have a plan in place.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
like, as you know, you got access to the program for a year. If I run it for 10 years, you'll be in it for 10 years. So
Mm.
there's no like immediate rush of, oh my gosh, I've got, 4 months to get this done.
No, I haven't felt
Yeah.
like I've been in a rush because
Yeah.
things kind of fallen into place as it's needed to. So
Yeah.
every time we've had our catch ups and we shift focus that little bit. So we've shifted what we were focusing on because he changes.
That's it. Bio
Yeah,
individual.
yeah,
That's the thing, isn't it?
yeah. But you're
Oh,
amazing. We're absolutely. You
oh,
should
thank
give
you.
yourself a huge pat on the back for what you've achieved.
Oh, you're beautiful. Thank you for sharing. Have
All
a
right.
great day.
You too. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.